Hey there, Heather. Ho, there's Jeff Cutter Diamond welcoming you to a very special exhibition game. We're doing the Bob Trumpy tribute game on this Sunday, November the 2nd, between the 1970 Cleveland Browns and the 1970 Cincinnati Bengals. Reason being is this: Bob Trumpy, dying March 6th, born March 6th, 1945, died this year just a few days ago. He was 80 years old when he died. He played tight end for the Cincinnati Bengals from 1968 to 1977, a two-time NFL Pro Bowler and an AFL All-Star. He spent many years as a color analyst, being part of 4 Super Bowls, and was given an award, the Pete Russell Radio TV Award, meaning he was in the Hall of Fame. So anyway, Bob Trumpy was born in Tremont, Illinois, went to play college football in Illinois, and couldn't play as a freshman because the rules were, at the time, that freshmen were not allowed to play on the varsity team. So anyway, he had a couple of touchdowns, and then after missing with injury, he transferred to the University of Utah to be converted as a tight end. He was a wide receiver. He was drafted by the Navy and served 6 months during the Vietnam War, but was discharged. He would be a bill collector, but the AFL's Cincinnati Bengals picked him in the 12th round. All that. He actually became the starting tight end and was part of the AFL Western Division All-Star team. He actually played under 2 innovators, Paul Brown and Bill Walsh. Trumpy did well with 9 touchdowns and was named the AFL's top tight end and all that. He was great. In 1970 and 1973, he went to the Pro Bowl and he had a magical job and all that. Trumpy would play until 1977, playing with just one team, 35 touchdowns. He still has the most touchdown receptions and receiving yards by a tight end ever. He went on to have a Hall of Fame broadcasting career, part of 4 Super Bowls, 4 Pro Bowls, 6 Football Hall of Fame games, 3 Ryder Cups, and 3 Olympics. I didn't know Bob Trumpy called the Ryder Cup. He expanded into NFL broadcasting in 1978, becoming a color analyst for AFC games, working with Sam Nover, then with Bob Costas from 1981 to 1983, and then Don Criqui, 84 to 88. Yeah, Criqui and Trumpy. I thought Bob Trumpy was the big guy who was with Criqui for that Miracle in Miami game, which saw the Chargers and the Dolphins play that epic in Miami. Well, Criqui and Trumpy, I know, were part of the NBC crew for many Orange Bowls. Okay. Trumpy and Criqui were part of NBC's radio's lead announcers and calling a couple Super Bowls. Trumpy became the lead NFL analyst, teaming with Dick Enberg until 1995. So Trumpy was the main color guy with Dick Enberg for the Super Bowl in '93, and also the game in Dallas, which saw the Lett play. Yeah, he was the color commentator alongside Enberg for that game. NBC went with Enberg, Paul McGuire, and Phil Simms in the booth. Trumpy was replaced. Yeah, he called the Super Bowls in '93 and '94. Yeah, 27 and 28, so that was huge. He would be paired up with Tom Hammond and Charlie Jones before NBC lost the AFC package to CBS, and that was it for him. Trumpy actually hosted a weeknight sports talk show in Cincy, and actually, November 10th, 1983, on the screen, you say it was a despondent woman. Trumpy spoke to the women for more than 2 hours until the Sun gave him their address. So he kept speaking to the women, her son, and all that. He actually received praise for his actions for suicide prevention counselors and all that. He had to go to therapy. He was an analyst for Sunday Night Football on Westwood One Radio from 2000 to 2007. And would be paired with Joe Myers. So anyway, yeah, they got lifetime achievement in NFL broadcasting. He had 2 sons and 6 grandchildren. But yeah, Bob Trumpy was the kind of voice of the '90s with Dick Enberg, who's also in heaven. But anyway, it's Cleveland Cincy. He's the top tight end, so that means that every Cincy offensive possession we will care about. If Cleveland's on offense, we just basically just skip it. Here we go. Offensive line for the Bungles is Ernie Wright, Rufus Mace, Bob T. Johnson, Pat Matson, and Mike D. Wilson. Cleveland's defensive line is. Did you get it? I said once you get it. Sometimes it's just. Oh, there we go. Jack Gregory, Walter Johnson, not the pitcher. Jerry Sheridan and Ron Sindel. Jim Houston, Billy Andrews, and Dale Lindsay. Linebackers, Eric Barnes, Mike Howell, Ernie Kellerman, and Kenny Summers. What? Go to Robinson. They tried to get it to Chip Myers, but they can't. Nelson, your quarterback, Leroy Kelly, and Bo Scott running the ball. Fair Hooker, what a name. Larry Collins, great wide receiver, and Chip Blaster, tight end. Offensive line, Joe Tafrini, Gene Pickerson, Brian Hoagland, John Moneri, Dick Stafford. Cincy line, Royce Berry, Mike B. Reed, Steve Shoniak, Ron Carpenter, Ken Avery, Bill Berge, the legend, according to the Eagles, and Bill Beauchamp. Mark Parrish, Fletcher Smith, Ken Dyer, and Ken Riley are UPBs. As I said, Cleveland's on offense, so we can fly from the left. Punt, and now Cincy, that's left. Throw the ball, so it's hurt. At the punt, Mark Parrish gets it to the 20.
Flagrant face mask. Defense.
Touchdown, Bengals.
First down. First down. Timeout, offense. First down.
Picked up by Foxes. Tried to throw it to Trumpy, but it was poorly thrown.
Flag on the play.
Holding. Offense.
Minus 10, but no one.
Timeout defense. First down.
Flag on the play.
Holding. Offense.
He fumbled. No spot on inside by Trumpy, I think. They'll go for 27 yards.
That's good.
Oh, now send to
First down.
Yeah, Will Scott isn't done an accident? Oh, 2021. I'm thinking, oh, I think died. Was that huge for us? As opposed to Scott? Not too ridiculous. That's it.
First down. First down. First down.
Browns tie.
First down. Second. Offense.
Flag on the play.
Encroachment. Defense.
That's going to help.
First down.
Now, pop shot. Nice shot. 33 for the tie.
The kick is Virgil.
I get it! And the Bengals are going to survive 17-14. Cleveland just a tie. Carter 11 for 25, 142. Trumpy 2 catches for 37 yards. We always have the most receiving yards. Johnson 4. That's Johnson. Nelson 22 for 35, 2 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. And 1 was picked back. They should have replaced them. Moran got 110 yards receiving. Man, Bob Trumpy split, and it ended up being Cincy surviving 17-14. I feel bad for the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, right. But anyway, rest in peace, Bob Trumpy. Your NBC coverage of the Leon Lett game. It's Leon Lett. No. Yes, it was. Anyway, I'm jumped. I'm going to do